A highly anticipated roller coaster slated to open this year has only operated for 7 days and is now being delayed until next year, and a reliable roller coaster that has operated for over 40 years will soon bite the dust. So what's happening and what's next? So first I want to talk about Busch Gardens Tampa. So they are removing their 44-year-old roller coaster Scorpion to make way for future expansion, which has yet to be announced. This ride was a part of the Silver Arrow line of coasters, and only 3 of these, including Scorpion, were made, and Scorpion was the last one operating in its original location. So Scorpion will be closing on September 2nd after operating since May 16th, 1980, and its removal will pave the way for additions that will soon be announced, apparently. So real quick, I want to take a look on Google Earth and show you how compact this ride is. You can just see in this imagery really how tight this ride was packed into Busch Gardens Tampa. So with that in mind, I would not expect anything huge to replace this ride. In fact, I could see a flat ride or maybe even another family throw coaster sort of similar to Phoenix Rising, which debuted this year, replace this classic and beloved Schwarzkopf coaster. As for how this will change the park going forward in the near and also far future, I think that this is a development that everyone in the coaster community should keep their eye out for, as Busch Gardens Tampa could be moving through some sort of transition era. So to explain what I mean, I'm going to take you back to last year where we saw the park remove Sand Serpent, which was a pretty run-of-the-mill Wild Mouse coaster that essentially reached the end of its service life. So now this year in 2024, we are seeing another removal that will make way for future editions. Sounds familiar, right? Yeah, this sounds a lot like what happened with Kings Island when they removed Vortex in 2019 and also Firehawk in 2018 and replaced the latter coaster with Orion in 2020. So to get back to Busch Gardens Tampa, while this presumed transition era will probably not be on the level of Kings Island in how extreme the rides were that were removed and also added, this is still something that I would keep an eye on if I were you. So moving on to Cedar Point, America's Rock and Roller Coaster, where the new for 2024 coaster that literally operated for 1 week is now being delayed all the way to 2025. So as a bit of a recap, Top Thrill 2, the revamped version of Top Thrill Dragster that operated from 2003 to 2021, opened on May 4th of this year and closed just a week later due to mechanical issues involving the trains. And since then, Zamperla, who worked on the renovation of the ride, have been tirelessly working to get this ride back open, and signs of life have come up recently with reports of a few test cycles here and there. However, this ride is certainly cursed because the mechanical problems involving the coaster's ride vehicles have proven too much for the park's hopes to reopen the ride this year, and it is now being delayed all the way over to 2025. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest, I kind of expected this to happen, but what does this mean for Cedar Point moving forward? Well, we can actually paint a pretty good picture as to how Dragster will perform following this delay mechanically, and it's not very promising. As you may already know, Cedar Point added Wild Mouse in 2023, and you may also know that this family throw coaster was built by the same exact manufacturer that worked on the renovation of Dragster, Zamperla. So Wild Mouse may look like a fun ride at first glance, but in actuality, it's kind of laughed at and made fun of by the coaster community because of its frequent downtime. And this fact really concerns me when it comes to Top Thrill 2, as not only is this ride way more extreme than Wild Mouse, but it's already shown to be a major hassle. So in the grand scheme of things, unfortunately, I don't see a very bright future for this revamped version of a legendary launch coaster, and it may go as far as being one of Cedar Fair's biggest miscues behind adding the original Top Thrill Dragster. But now that I've shared my thoughts, I want to know what you all think of these bits of coaster news. Which story intrigued you more, and how will these developments affect the parks that have made these decisions? I would also like to know from a viewer's perspective what you all think of this new series that I'm trying to get going, as I'm hoping to continue this style of unscripted news/speculation videos. But anyway, all that's left to say is signing off for now, this has been Storm, and I'll see you coastal lovers next time.